Hello and welcome back. This will be episode 4 of my Let's Play. And do I have night vision on? Oh, I don't. Okay. Alright. As you saw in the last episode, I died and got put right back where I started. Well, not quite where I started. I have been to Helgen at least. Tempted to go back down there and fight the bandits again. Let me see. Hang on. Yeah, I'm still sated, so I still have my fallback where I'll come back to life if I die. Once.
What was that? I knew I had something.
What? I'm stuck on a freaking rock. I got the killing blow though. And your weapons and armor are not worth picking up. Save again. And once again, I think... Yeah. What's the... Ooh, no. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. I think that's the spellcaster there. And once again, I kill one. Kill one, then die. But that's okay. I still win in the end. And at least they all died in a relatively short grouping. Those. Take that. And it's sunrise again, so back to not being able to regenerate. Alright, let's turn predator vision off. And let's go back up to that Shrine of Talos. I think this is it over here. Oh yeah, and I've leveled up. And this time I think I'll wait for this one to come back before I wake up the next one. Ooh. Come on. I know you want to get back up. You're gonna wait for me to activate the other guy, and then you're... Oh, hi. Guess this one decided not to get back up. Suppose it's like a percentage chance or something that they'll actually get up. They usually do, in my experience. Trying to decide what's over here. Looks like it's something fairly close. Oh, the hunter camp. Okay.
Looking to hire a boat?
Where
are you headed?
Did not know about this person. I'm not sure which mod added him, but that's cool. Kind of messed up my plan though. I was planning on feeding on this hunter.
I've been hunting. Take a look.
I'm not paying for that, but you know, that's nice.
See ya.
What? Okay. Which mod was that? Might have been Skyrim Unique Treasures. But I don't know. 'Cause I think that's the mod that gives you a message saying you found a unique whatever. Up there. I don't want to go over the waterfall. There we go. Where am I going? Oh right, I was going to go to Whiterun. Who is this running around? Oh, is it that merchant and his guards? Okay.
Ooh, I don't like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
Yeah. Funny that. see a dead wolf. Oh, there's the other one. Forgot my magic is not going to regenerate, so... It's always been a weird animation for me. Oh wait, do I still have... I do. Alright, I'm gonna cheat. Just a little bit. Well, it's not really cheating, but I'm cheating against my rules. My rules are not fast travel as often, so I'm gonna fast travel back to the Guardian Stone to feed, then fast travel back to Riverwood. Never fed off of a standing stone, so not really sure how to do this. Let's see. I guess just touching it works. And I can do it multiple times. Cool. Good to know. That's why that was one of the main reasons I wanted to play a Breton at first, so I could always feed it a standing stone when I needed to, but I'm liking the Dunmer. Oh, I forgot I have a level. Let's level up. Go health. Got 2 perks to spend. Let's go ahead and get that other destruction mastery. One hand is not quite good enough to get the next rank for that. Could get the next rank of that. Or I could get the next rank of this. I'm gonna go with this. Oh, I said I was gonna fast travel. Alright. Oh, I need to go and pick up the treasure chest from the stump. While I'm here, let's go ahead and read some of this other stuff. Go ahead and learn those. Oh yeah, I forgot I got this. No, I'm just reading it. Forgot where I'm supposed to be taking that back to. Windhelm, maybe? Alright. go. There's the trunk. Nice. Alright, let's get to Whiterun, but first let's save. Got to get in the habit of saving more often. Tempted to go inside one of the buildings in Riverwood before we leave to regenerate my stamina, since it'll regenerate while I'm indoors. Is this another one of those treasure chests? Yes, it is. That's interesting.
Hello.
Hi.
Faendal thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me. She's already mine, I keep telling. You look like a traveler. So Camilla Valerius knows I'm the best. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood. You may be right. Here, give Camilla this letter. That letter ought to convince Camilla to never speak to Faendal ever again.
Okay, well, while we're here. That's right, I still need to talk to the blacksmith too, before I head to Whiterun.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no.
Yeah, sorry to
Maybe I can
interrupt,
talk some
but
sense into my pig-headed brother. What are you talking about? Oh my. Thank you for telling me the truth.
go.
Did you talk to Faendal as well?
Sure.
I'm sure he'll want to... You're not from around here. That makes two of us.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
Is Faendal
What?
over here?
What is it now, Mother?
It was the biggest mountain and blackest night.
That's not him. Oops, sorry. Oh, I'll track him down later. Let's go to the blacksmith.
Sigrid, we have company. Ain't
Hi.
every day, of course. But what's all this about? What are you two doing here? What? A dragon? In hell? That explains what I saw earlier. A dragon. Here in Skyrim. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can.
Sure thing.
If you'll do that
We've
for
been
me,
so worried about you.
be in your debt.
You two must be hungry.
Keep safe.
Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
Now then, boy. Helgen was destroyed? How did you get away?
I don't know where to start. You know I was assigned to General Tullius Escort. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
When your friend told me, I didn't believe it at first either.
Mara's mercy. A dragon? In Helgen? Why, you could be here at any moment.
I'm sure Riverwood will be all right, dear. When the Jarl learns what's happened, he's sure to send soldiers. Go on, Hadvar. Let's hear the rest of it.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else can. Alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's
Well,
is a friend.
look at the armor I took off that skeleton. It's probably better than what I'm wearing. What was it called? Elven. Yeah. Well, surprisingly, it's not, actually. I'm guessing it's because it's aged and not actual base Elven. The boots are a little bit better. Or no, not really. They just have the little diamond icon saying that they're better.
Mine.
Alright, well, if it's not better, then I don't need it.
Take what you need, my friend.
I already have.
Within reason.
Hadvar, did you really see a
Aye.
dragon?
Let's go see if Faendal's in his house. Nope, it's locked. Alright. Well, I think that's about it for Riverwood for now. Oh, I saw something. Let's get a move on. Actually, before I leave, what's the button I'm looking for? That one. I'm going to go ahead and pray. Alright. Thought I would. Pray. Well, that doesn't seem to be working, so... Alright, that's enough praying. I'll take the shortcut over the mountain. Which means we have a wolf to deal with. Actually, since my magic is not going to regenerate, I want to put on a shield instead. Not that I needed it. Can't get back up, so I can't find out what the heck that was all about. Oops. But I didn't accidentally hit you.
You look strong. Come to Norbasker and be a companion.
Yeah, I don't think you'll like me once you find out what I am. Alright. Just getting my bearings. Let's put that away. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and discover stables.
By Eastmere, it's true. A jester, funny suit and all, just north by the Lorius farm.
You don't
Fool had
say.
a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. I'd like to see him laugh his way out of that.
I'm deliberately not picking up a lot of ingredients right now, just because I don't have a house to store all the stuff, so I'm trying to only pick up what I need and or can sell. But old habits die hard, so I will occasionally pick up a flower as I run by.
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Okay, I have news about dragons. Is that official enough?
Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure at least one, oops, blue blood target is here, so let's go ahead and turn that on. Yeah, Jarl Balgruuf, I'm sure.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own.
Actually, I am going to the palace.
Ask
So.
Yorland Greymane for help. Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. Aye, that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgruuf the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but... Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him.
Sure.
Thanks.
I'll come back to you.
Don't
because I want
forget
to
to
do
check
the
inside the shop if you need anything.
for the basic smithing tutorial thing. Let's see, what do we have over here?
Dalibor, give me your money.
Temple of Kinnereth.
I don't have any money.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den. I can't
Trying to Talos.
I can't get the sword on my own.
So you're willing to starve your wife and daughter to defend some hostages?
And the palace. I know it seems like I'm leveling pretty fast just because I'm wandering around, but the leveling does slow down after you get to around 20 from what I understand. It's designed to level up quickly in the beginning to get you able to actually take on the stuff in this guide, so...
I only counsel caution. We cannot afford to act rashly in times like these. If the news
What did you have me do then?
well,
Hi.
The meaning of this
It's a big sword.
interruption. Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
I just think we need more
Okay, I'll take my news about the dragon attack somewhere else then.
Explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
But I thought he's not receiving visitors.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
Yes, I did.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, We should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative.
Oh,
You've done
somebody
Whiterun
asked me to do it.
service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem.
Cool.
There is another thing suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps.
Sure.
Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Uh-huh. What a coincidence. Let's see. Alright. Now that health is up to around 200, I think I may put some points into magic and stamina. I do have a skill point to spend, or a perk point rather. So many choices. And apparently Balgrove is not the blue blood target. I assumed he would be. Whoever it is in the other wing. Actually, I'm not going to talk to Farengar right now. I am going to talk to... Where'd the steward go? Did he go back to his room, or did he go up here?
I serve Jarl.
There he is.
The Jarl is, as you can imagine, very busy. From Adrian? Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. I'll present it to Balgrove when his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered.
Very few coins.
Enjoy your visit to
See you later.
Dragonsreach.
Stay out of trouble, Elf.
What is that sound? It's very annoying, whatever it is.
Farengar.
Come to Dragonsreach to discuss the ongoing hostilities.
Dragon.
Ah, indeed? Yes. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Straight to the point. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Yep, sounds very simple.
I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city... Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked, would you be so kind as to deliver...
Sure thing.
Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join
Anything we can use to fight this
Actually.
dragon, or dragons. We need it quickly.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls.
Be
Spells
quiet.
and incantations for those with the talent to guess them.
I did want to see what spells he had available. Alright.
Of course, Jarl Balgroof. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeeded us. You'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
What is it?
I really do not know what that sound is. Sounds like it's coming from around here. Alright. Journal. Turn that off. Let's turn those off for now and go back to the map. So it is in the dungeon.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll?
Shut up.
Staying safe, I hope?
It's gonna drive me nuts. It's got to be through a specific door somewhere.
Tidings, weary traveler. These days it's not often I get approached, at least by other men. They call me Larkspur. That name should tell you anything you need to know, and everything you want to believe. Perhaps you may have heard vicious rumors regarding my appetite for women, and I assure you, they're all true. You may have heard I'm a nefarious rogue who robs and kills and beds your wife, but only if you're rich. And I assure you, I don't care whose wives I bed. You may have heard I'm taller than a giant and as ugly as a troll. And so, I submit to you my person as evidence, and you'll see that I'm chiseled like a sculpture, and that rumor is more mud than stone. Then consider yourself blessed. You can hear the story of Larkspur from the one who lived it. Would you believe me if I said I came here for the company? Such a statement would be made in jest, of course, but not entirely false. I do indeed come here for the company, but only to mock it. And thus, the dungeon is never bereft of prisoners, as it's the men in uniform, my former jailers, who have been granted a life sentence. I'm a bandit, a thief, which might strike you as odd, considering this dashing head of mine is still attached to its body. After all, in this land, only the rich get a trial, whether your capital is coin or politics. My pursuers couldn't execute me because I turned myself in. I turned myself in because the Jarl can't risk an execution. With the civil war going on, there's too much turmoil, and the Jarl knows his chair isn't exclusive to his bottom. To execute a bandit who sacks finely clothed men and spreads the coin among the people, well, that won't make that chair any more comfortable.
Okay.
Safe
Good to know.
travels.
Wrong button. Wanted that one. Well, there we go. I don't know why I'm hiding. That a...
Ah, look. A mortal. I see you have discovered my lair. Very well done for a creature of such low wit. No, I am afraid you cannot. Others may, perhaps, but you are certainly not working with an adequate base. Aren't you the bright one? You figured out I wasn't an ordinary wisp mother, And you did so without the aid of pictures. Good for you. I cannot say for certain why I am still lucid, whereas others are not. Only that I believe it has something to do with this location. For all my life I wanted vengeance against those that wronged me, and it is that singular focus that brings thought to this one's partial existence. Who is to say what would happen if the object of that enmity, the very descendants of the one I despise, were to leave Whiterun for another hole? Your lust for blood is amusing, mortal. I would very much like to help in nurturing such a very
apt choice of
desirable
words.
compulsion. Unfortunately, I have not waited countless millennia to have my vengeance handed to me on a dish not yet cold. I have no answer, only a theory. It was near the end of my life. I was starving, filthy, my lips about to drink from the burbling rivers of madness. I was cold, so cold. My clothes were wet, and the frost was flooding in through the pockets of loose stone. It was then that I saw a boy. I cannot be certain if he was even real. He was skipping rocks against the wall, mumbling in a language that was not the common tongue. Somehow I understood. He asked me if I was his mother. When I told him no, he asked me if I wanted to be. And when I woke up the next morning, I was not cold anymore. Perhaps the half-wit is right half the time. Becoming a wisp may be the fate of all wayward snow elves, who know not of where our family rests. Born of cold, and to cold they return. But those who are lost can only sing to the wind. Is the chime of a wisp a beacon? Is its plangent bell a desperate cry, praying to the gods for an answer?
Who knows?
I imagine it is much like your existence, only with thin wrappings for skin, glow dust for blood, and a skull completely filled with air. In other words, I am corporeal, permanently so. I am not like a familiar or any other flimsy image cast upon this world by a frightened idiot. Now, I will admit that when I first discovered the nature of my body, there was confusion. For so long I lived an existence full of lacking. I lacked food, I lacked warmth, in more ways than one. As a wisp, there was only one thing I lacked, and it more than made up for the rest. What I lacked was pain. Kings and empires come and go, but the perverts will always remain.
Well, there went my timer.
I was once the daughter of Hjor, one of the early patrons of the great clan Battleborn. It was the time of Nordic kings, long before Tyr the Septim made this land the vanguard of his empire. Yet my father was only a father by blood, and not by name. For my mother was one of the last of the snow elves, and their union was said to be a betrayal of both their people. If my father was to lead the clan to prosperity, my existence could not be known. So I was thrown into this dungeon, left here to rot through countless winters, through wars and famine. I was here as castles crumbled and were built anew, haunting these damp, fetid tunnels, as Olaf built Dragonsreach and a new dungeon above it. When indeed, mortal, for even now I hardly consider myself dead. In fact, I believe it is that very refusal to die that allowed me to continue wandering this plane. Living in this squalid pit with only the rats to serve as meals, the only motivation I had was to outlive my father. I lived for the day when he lay on his deathbed, summoning me to his chamber in hopes that I would absolve him of his betrayal. The dying always believe they can use their own deaths as a shortcut, a way to receive forgiveness from those they wronged in life. I vowed not to pity him when that moment came. I would spit in his face and let him greet the sun with a glob of milky white hanging from his beard. Only he never gave me the satisfaction. They never brought me to see him. It would not have mattered. I could hear the whispers through the grate. My father had forgotten, and I was already dead. So I've heard. There are no shortage of rumors that I'm privy to in this foul sewer. I wonder, as Alfred plots the demise of the Greymanes, if he even knows his son is in love with one. I also hear they are Legion pets, loyal to an empire led not by a dragon king, mind you, but high elves. What sweet irony. It brings me no shortage of joy to know my father's namesakes now defile his memory in this fashion. What became of her I learned from the guards, who whispered stories from above. She fought for the Nords, they say, against her own kind. She killed hundreds of her own people, watched the genocide of an entire race, all for the love of a man who would never make her his wife. To put it simply, my mother had lost her mind. They say in the end she was killed by the beasts of the wild, having ventured too far from camp. She was killed by beasts, all right, but those that walk on two legs and smell of bad mead. They are not even memories. Pictures, maybe, of someone else. A young girl holding hands with a grown man. He calls her his little mountain flower and places one in her ear. They head on over to the market. He shows her one of the fish at the monger's stall. A salmon as long as a mortal's arm but as fat as a house cat. He lifts her on his shoulders so she can touch it. It wiggles a bit and she squeals, drawing her hand back. The man smiles. It was a conjuration trick. A touch of life. The man tells her she should be careful around the dead, for in Skyrim, the dead never die. Sage advice indeed. Finally, I am a wisp. Does that answer your question? No? Very well, I shall explain. Essentially, at the core of my being, I am a ghost. Or rather, the imprint of a living soul. I possess the personality and knowledge of the one I represent, but nothing more. Yet, unlike a ghost, I am corporeal. I can touch the world around me just as it can touch me. As for how I came to be, that is its own tale. One of regret, betrayal, but most of all, stupidity.
Okay, well, I guess that exhausts that conversation.
Goodbye, little mortal.
Yes, goodbye. Don't have a whole lot of picks, so yes, my time with this video has ended, but I still want to find the exit to this place, so dang it. Okay, so it's not all the way to the end, so just a tiny bit up. There we go. At least I know what that sound was now. Okay, so that leads to guard barracks. Ah, stairs. Your Vaster Underworks. Huh. And this is where it's telling me I need to feed on powerful mortals. Well, I will explore that in the next episode. Thank you for joining me.